Hello, everyone. So today we're going to look at functions as they pertain to graphs, which we have done. We've done this already. But we're going to kind of look at what it looks like with function notation instead of y equals stuff. So here, I'm going to do this sample problem, and then you guys are going to have this problem, which is almost the same exact kind of idea, just a little different graph that's moved over a little bit. So there's some different numbers. This goes from 1 to 7. And the example I'm doing goes from -1 to +5. So, but it's all the same thing. So we have, and you do not have to copy this down. This is actually just legitimate notes. So this is f of -1. So here at -1 on the x-axis, we then go up to the y-axis where the graph touches, and the graph touches at 7, or our function. So f of -1 is +7. If I look at 0, here's 0, and it's at 2. So this is 2. F of 1 is at -1. F of 2, so 2 on the x-axis, is at -2 on the y-axis, right where the function is. 3 is back at -1, which is okay. We can have the same output, but we can't have, one input having two different outputs. F of 4 is back up here at 2. And then f of 5 is back up here at 7. And we have a parabola, right? A quadratic function. It's like a U, which is why we have this sort of mirror type situation going on, where right here, 2, -2 is my vertex, and then each point going out is the same. That's not a coincidence. So like if you look at f of 2, well, if you go up 1, you're at -1. If you go down 1, you're also at -1, because that U shape is going to mirror each other going all the way up. Okay, so now we have, if the value of f of 4 plus k is -5, then what is the value of k? This is going to be some basic solving equations, which we'll dive more into after Christmas break, but it's a good little warm-up for when we get to that. So we have f of 4 plus k, ugly k, make that a little bit better. There we go. F of 4 plus k is -5, so that means is equal to -5. Now I know what f of 4 is. F of 4 is 2 plus k equals -5. And to get rid of that 2, we're going to have to minus 2 from both sides. Okay, and k equals -5, and -2 is -7. All right, both negative you're going to add will be a bigger negative. Okay, next one. If the value of f of 2 plus w is 8, then what is w? So we have f of 2 plus w equals 8. I know f of 2 though. F of 2 is -2. So -2 plus w equals 8. Now to get rid of that -2, we're going to have to add 2 to both sides. Maybe just doing the opposite operation. In this case, we're only adding or subtracting. And w equals 10. And finally, we have f of 5 plus r is -10. But I know f of 5. F of 5 is 7 plus r equals -10. Minus 7 from both sides. Oops. And r will be -17. Okay, so you do not have to submit a copy of these notes. You're going to have to do this sheet, which is very, very similar. Okay, like the questions are even the same, almost the same up here. The graph is different though, so you are going to get different answers. All right. And also just a little note, Remember, if for some reason you're on the x-axis, your y value is 0. It can be 0. That's perfectly fine.